Hola, hola, welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I got my little microphone here. I just about dropped it, getting my poop together here. Welcome. You're with Two Gringos on the Gulf. My name is Darryle, one of the two gringos on the Gulf of Mexico, but we are now in the Caribbean. But we started our YouTube journey in the Gulf of Mexico, just north of Merida. About a half hour. We actually spent most of our time in Chicxulub. So that was a pretty good experience. We started off in a Pravada just outside of Merida, about 20 minutes. And we lived there for a while. We actually signed a year lease, but we kept losing power. So we had to move. So Jennifer couldn't do her job. So, and our landlord was a beautiful elderly lady, and she totally understood our struggle and was decent enough to give us part of our damage back as we did renege on the lease. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. The volume is good. The sound is good. Perfect. So, as many YouTubers that go live, that's always a big issue, especially when you're using an external microphone and not a microphone that's part of the system. And then when you're using a camera that's not part of the system and it's not part of the microphone and everything is separate, makes it even more and more challenging. But that's okay. That's okay. We are here and the sound is good. So thanks for hopping on. Today is just going to be all about Mexico, like always. So I just want to get this off my chest before we carry on with the live stream. Um, when you go to the grocery store, please put a shirt on, at least a shirt. Like, for God's sakes, you're not at the pool. I seen a guy walking around the grocery store, the local grocery store, the Chedraui, in flip flops and shorts. That's it. In a grocery store with produce, fruits, and vegetables out in the open, walking around with no shirt on. I mean, I don't know where this became socially acceptable, but I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like it at all. But I have my background is mostly working in restaurants, and you surely would not go in a restaurant not wearing a shirt. So I don't know why you would think it's okay to walk around a grocery store not wearing a shirt with food out in the open. Anyway, I just want to get that out there. So if you move here and you're going to go shopping, please dress appropriately. Put a darn shirt on when you're going to the grocery store. It does not look good. It's gross. Like it is. It's gross. You're not at the you're not at the beach. You're not at the pool. Put a darn shirt on. So that's my rant for the beginning of the live stream here. Good gravy. So we have been super busy. Everything has been pretty good, pretty good. No complaints whatsoever. Aquasize today. Out on our bikes. We got our scooter rented out for the full month here, and the gentleman, when I talked to him last, was pretty happy. They might keep it even longer. So that's good. But where we bought the scooter from, the guy informed me that tariffs are coming here to Mexico, and the prices of the scooter is going to go up, up. Hey, Roger, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate it. Ha ha, joke. I don't know. I wasn't making a joke. Being dead serious. Put a damn shirt on, would you? Anyway, so yeah, he said that the tariffs were coming here. He thought it was just going to be for vehicles, but he said it's like 30%. So for the little electric trike, it's going to go up like you say 6,000 pesos. So we paid 20,000 pesos for that little electric trike. So $1,500 Canadian or 1,100 US, 1,150 US roughly. So that's what we paid for it. And if it goes up another 6,000 pesos, so that's going to tack another, almost $500 Canadian on it for us poor Canadienses here. So we don't have that strong American dollar. Not that their dollar is doing all that great either, but it's a lot stronger than the Canadian dollar. so, so yeah, another $500. I mean, that's not cheap, right? So if you tack on, 30% onto the price of that, and we're trying to rent it out and make money. So he told me it doesn't come into effect until February. So I told him I'd probably buy one more because I only want two anyway of those trikes, and then we'll get some scooters eventually if we make money off these trikes. So we're going to go down, I think, on Saturday and buy another one. We've been looking to invest some money somehow, somewhere, some little bit of money. So I think this is a good investment for Jennifer and I to have these two trikes. So we got it right from the higher power to do this business. So yeah, we're gonna get two of these trikes, and when we get money, we'll buy a couple e-bikes. But he has cheaper ones than what we have. They go a little bit slower. They're not as expensive, and they're smaller too. They're not as big as this, so everybody could ride this. The bikes we have are too big for Jennifer, so it's all right for me. But they whip. So you got to be an experienced rider to ride these ones, and they are too big for Jennifer. So maybe eventually, if we do get these other smaller ones, maybe she'll take over the smaller one, and maybe we'll rent hers out. I don't know. We'll see. But stick around, find out. So Roger, since Roger's on, Roger started his YouTube journey here just a little while ago. Savvy Living Mexico. I'm going to drop that in the comments. You guys can check that out. And he's doing a lot of videos on healthy living. And as you guys know, I had a health journey when I first moved to Mexico. Well, ever since COVID, the beginning of COVID, me and Jennifer started trying to get healthy ever since 2019, 2020. So, quitting cigarettes, and I never was a drinker, so I didn't have to worry about that. Cigarettes, and stopped smoking weed. We've been on a health journey ever since then. When COVID hit, we started working out and doing stuff like that back home, which was great. It gave us something to do. We turned the TV off. Not that we didn't watch the news to begin with, but as far as, TV shows, and we started watching YouTube videos on working out, and I made a little home gym. We had yoga mats, and we had a little home gym every second, third day. We were working out at home, and we did that for quite a while before we moved to Mexico. I wasn't really losing a lot of weight though doing that. So I was still maintaining my same eating habits, which was not good. So trying to work out, but still eating the same crap, but not so much crap, but it was the junk food more than anything for me. So yeah. And then when we moved to Mexico, I really got into the, healthy eating. I went for like 6-7 months. I never ate no starch. I cut out all pop. I cut out all chocolate, cut out all chips, and really went on a health journey, and basically, ate healthy and worked out, for 6-7 months, right? So, and that was really a game changer. Like I felt so much better, and I lost like 30 pounds in 6 months. So, and then I moved to the beach, and it all went out the window. But anyway, I'm back on that path now, and I want to join a gym. So we went yesterday, and we priced out some gyms here in town. There's about 4 or 5 of them, and they run anywhere. Like the one we stopped at, they told us, what they say, 750 pesos a month, so like $60 a month. A little pricey for me. Okay, like that's a little pricey for me. It was a nice gym, had a juice bar in there and everything. It was pretty nice. It was really nice. It's actually right by our church. And then we looked at another one right downtown, a little bit more rustic, but had everything you would need. And they're only asking 400 pesos a month. So gyms are pretty cheap here. So 400 pesos, 31, around $30 US or Canadian, 22, 23, I would say $23 US a month. So for a gym membership at the downtown one, a little bit more rustic, but still doable. So I'm going to go check that one out. So I'm going to go around and just go there for the day before I commit to a full month and buy a membership, and just see, if it's my cup of tea, if I'm going to fit in there. type thing, right? So I'm actually going to go tomorrow to one of the gyms. And then we looked at another one, and it was kind of in between those two. It was 500 pesos, which is $40 Canadian, say, and $28 US. Still pretty affordable, better than 750 pesos. so, and it was a nicer gym on the other side of the highway, just off the main road that goes to the beach. Green something, I can't remember the name of it, but it looked pretty decent. They had a lot of equipment in there, and they had a big area for stretching and whatnot. So I'm kind of thinking on that one. But then I found another one today looking online, and it's a little bit closer to my house, and it's got really good reviews, but it's smaller again. But the reviews really make that one stand out. So just super friendly, super welcoming. The owner is super nice guy. But people just raved about how welcoming they were there, and just friendly atmosphere and really good vibes. So that one really stood out. Now I couldn't find the price on that one, but someone said in the comments a year ago, $20 a month. So I'm going to assume they meant US dollars, because usually they'll, like, Americans will just put $20 and assume everybody knows it's American. But so I'm going to assume it's American money. So, and I'm going to also assume that he's raised his prices since a year ago. So I'm going to say he's probably 500 pesos a month, probably there, which is roughly, around that mark, right? So if he raised it a little bit, it's likely $20 US, or the same as the other one, 39 Canadian. So because if you go 20, yeah, so that's only like, it's not even 400 pesos, $20 US. So I'm going to assume that he's raised his price, and it's probably 400 or 500 pesos. So he could have raised it to 400 pesos if he did, great. But I'm going to check out those three, I think, anyway. So, and there's another one too, actually. Maybe I'll check out 4. There's another new one that's opened up by the bodega. Maybe I'll go check that one out. It's a brand new gym as well in a strip mall. Lady from Aquasize was telling me about that. So I'm going to go check that one out too, I think. So maybe between those 4 gyms, I'll check them out in the next couple of weeks, and then I'll make a decision which one I'm going to buy a membership at. So if you want to check back and see how that journey goes, that'd be great. If not, adios, hasta luego. So we'll go check out those gyms, and we'll see which one this gringo likes the best out of those 4 gyms. So yeah, I was surprised how many gyms there are in such a small little town. So apparently there's a pretty good workout community here. So that's good. So I want to get back on track. I feel like I've lost some muscle mass. Like cardio wise, I feel good because I've been doing a lot of biking and whatnot in Oaxaca, and I haven't been here that long where I really lost it. And I have been biking a bit here just with the e-bike, but I just give her. I give her really fast and I go hard. Even though I'm on the e-bike, I'm still, I'm getting a good cardio workout, even though I'm on the e-bike. I mean, the bike, it's a pedal assist, right? So I'm still getting the pedal motion. I'm just going faster. I'm going 40 kilometers an hour instead of, but I'm not riding as far as I was anywhere in Oaxaca, like not even close. In Oaxaca, I was biking like 5-6 hours out into the mountains up the hills. Well, there's no hills here. So, and I'm only biking to the beach and back, basically, right? So I'm not biking nowhere near as enough. So, but I have been doing the fasting, so that's been helping quite a bit, right, with the weight. So, keeping the weight down. So, like I said, I weighed only 165 at Amanda's, and that was only a month ago or so. And I don't think I put on any since then. So, and they say you can tell, never mind the scale, just go by how your clothes fit, right? So you don't even have to get on a scale. You just go by how your clothes fit. So my clothes are getting looser. So they're not getting tighter, that's for sure. So I don't think I've put on any weight really. I feel like I have some days, that's for sure. But so another thing I wanted to talk about was Mexico, what they do here to you know, in Canada and USA, you got to grab a package of food and you got to read the fine print to see what's in it. You know, here you got to do that too. But I bought these just specifically for training purposes only. It's only for training purposes only. That's it. It's I'm not eating these. I bought them like this. That's the way they were. So, but here in Mexico, they put tags on them. So like a stop sign, you know, octagon sign, stop, and then it says on it, excesso calories. So basically, it says excess calories, got a lot of calories, and it also says sodio, which is sodium. So they're telling you right up front that this is loaded with sodium and loaded with calories. So it's not good for you. And they put this on everything that's not good for you. So you see that right away. Like they're telling you automatically this is poison. Basically, you might as well just say poison right here, right? So, and this is on the Doritos, right? Now this is an American brand, but we like these chips. So we do buy these once in a while because I make my avocado dip. So this one here just says excess calories, but these are salty. So why it doesn't have the excess sodium on there, I don't know. But these are pretty salty. So and this just says excess calories, but these are salted chips. So yeah. And Jennifer tells me these are an American brand, and we do like these. So we buy these once in a while for the avocado dip that I make. So yeah, and then we have these ones here, which are not as good. And this is an Mexican brand, and it tells you right on here, saturated fats. This one even says saturated fats on it. And it's got the sodium, excess calories, and excess sodium. So in this one, like I said, excess saturated fats right on there. So, and then when you go with the sugar, anything that's sugary, like your Coca-Cola, it tells you excess sugar and calories. So a lot of sugar, a lot of calories. So this is just a little guy. This is only 500 mil. So you can figure that out in your American language over there. I don't know what that is. It's 500 mils. So it's just a small Coke. Medium, actually, you can get even smaller than that. So a little bigger than a can, I guess. I think a can is 350, 350 mils. So a can of Coke is 350 mils, I do believe, and that's 400. So a little bit bigger, kind of in between. So I think that's great that they do that because it just really, it's out in your face, right? That it's not good for you, right? So kind of cool. So we have that's the first junk food. Like this Doritos is the first bag of junk food that we bought since the new year. This is the first bag of chips we bought since the new year. So we haven't bought anything. And the Coke, I mean, I don't drink a lot of Coke anymore, but yeah, every once in a while I'll have a Coke. We dine out, I'll have a Coke. I got Jen to buy me this Coke, and this Coke was the first one we bought too since the new year. So I really, really cut back on the Coke. But when I dine out, I mean, I'll have a Coke once in a while. Not all the time, but once in a while. We had breakfast the other day, and I had the Hugo Verde. I really like the Hugo Verde for breakfast. I mean, I'm not drinking Coke at breakfast time, right? You know, I've had my coffee already. But when we go out in the morning for breakfast, I almost always get the Hugo Verde. It's like a detox drink. You know, it's full of vitamins, just so good for you, right? So I've been doing that. So part of our journey here in Mexico for us is to just try to live healthy, right? Exercise, you know, walk, bike. Start hitting up the gyms again. It's been a while since I've been to a gym. I went and worked out with some young Mexicans the other day here. Someone posted in our WhatsApp group for our community that we live in. I thought, well, that sounds like fun. It's only 100 pesos. I don't know what, it's kind of like yoga, but they were doing workout as well. They had just weights, like just the weights themselves, no dumbbells or nothing, just the weights themselves. So they were doing that, and yeah, it just about killed me. Like 45 minutes. No, it was over that. It was an hour. Yeah, it was an hour workout, and I didn't have a yoga mat. So like I was laying on the tile floor, and it was me and a bunch of ladies, and then the guy was a trainer, and then his partner, girlfriend, wife, whatever. and they were doing these butt exercises. And I tell you, my butt is still sore today. Yeah, it is really. Like, I don't know what kind of exercise they were, but I don't, like, my Spanish is terrible, but I got from it that, yeah, we were doing butt exercises, and nobody, it was very limited English there. The whole class was in Spanish. And they did this really weird thing, which I really wasn't into because it really wasn't exercise. It was more of a playful type thing. It wasn't part of exercising really. It was just a playful thing where they put this cone in front of you and then you had to touch he was saying hands, face, feet, whatever, touch different parts of your body. And he was saying, and then at the end, you had to grab the cone, and whoever grabbed the cone first won, and then the other person had to do jumping jacks or whatever. And I was like, I didn't understand the word he was saying. So I'm watching the girl in front of me, and like, yeah, I got laughed at lots, I'm sure. But it was fun though. I had a great time. But yeah, it just made me more motivated to buy a membership and just go to a gym. That's more my style. I can just come and go as I please. I mean, I'll probably go back to that class again. It's like 3 times a week they have it. I'm like, no. They were doing one exercise, and they were laying on the floor, and then he would reach up and touch his toes. His girlfriend or wife was doing it, and I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't doing that. I mean, I could try, but I'm not going to do it. I could try to do it, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to succeed at it. So I did try, though. I tried my best. I got a lot of thumbs up and good job, Pepe type thing. And because I told them my name was Pepe or Darryle, they got a kick out of that. So, but yeah, they were definitely chuckling at me a few times. As the only old man there, the only old white man there was all young Mexicans. There was a couple ladies there that might have been in their 40s, maybe, but the rest were all just younger girls. I think there was like 6 or 7 of us, and then the 2 instructors, husband and wife team. So, but it was a lot of fun though. I had a great time. And like I said, I will go back, and it was on the rooftop of the hostel here in Puerto on the port side. So it was nice. It was a nice sunset. The sunset was, just setting as we were finishing up our exercise up there. So we got to watch the sunset on the rooftop of the hostel. Nice hostel, super friendly. I went up the flight I see when I parked my bike, I rode the bike down there. And then this young girl went up the stairs with the yoga mats. I'm like, okay, well, that's obviously where I got to go. So I locked my bike up and then went where she went, get up there to the top floor. And then there was a desk there. And then I said, oh, I'm here for the exercise class. And the lady, oh, no, it's one more flight up. Oh, okay. So super friendly, super nice. The hostel looked nice. There was young people hanging out, looked like Europeans to me, but I'm guessing there were some young people up top there just hanging out, as well as our class that was going on, because they had like a little seating area up there, plants and whatnot. And then I noticed when I got home, I looked online, and there's actually a dipping pool up there. So we met this lady, this French Canadian, coming back from Cozumel on the ferry, and they're here visiting on holidays. They're with their daughter, older, like probably in her 30s, maybe late 20s, whatever. Anyway, don't matter. So we got talking to them, and they were sitting in front of us because we sat inside coming back this time. And then they were asking us all about Mexico, is it safe and all, the usual stuff, right? So, and then I told her about my YouTube channel, gave her a sticker and whatnot. And they were from Quebec for sure. I don't think the husband spoke any English at all. And the mother spoke English, but it was broken English for sure. I mean, better than my French, 1000%. But the daughter spoke really good English. But I don't think the husband spoke English at all because he didn't hardly say anything. So younger couple, I would say, super nice people anyway. I know, younger than me anyway. Looked in pretty good health. So she contacted me today and was like, "Oh, we want to come to Huachuco. They're staying at Playa del Carmen." And like, "Where do you know a place that I could stay?" She was looking for a hostel. She said, "What about a hostel?" And I said, well, actually, I was just at a hospital the other day. And she's like, oh, I was looking at that. Thank you so much for the recommendation. And that's what made me go and look at it online because I sent her the link to it. So, and yeah, there was a little tiny dipping pool on the roof. So I thought that was cool. Yeah. Yeah. It might be a class for you. Yeah. You need all the classes you can get, Roger. So do I. So, but I think the gym is more for me. And I did order a yoga mat. So I'll go there with my yoga mat and, do some stretching and whatnot before I tackle the weights. I like to do the weights. So when we had the gym in Merida, I was going there every second day, sometimes every day, and like for an hour and a half, I would go on the treadmill for a while, and then do my weights. Do my arms, shoulder, chest, all that, and then legs. And then I really like the treadmill though. I like running because I like the cardio. I think the cardio is very important. So, but so is the weights too, because you want to keep your muscle mass, especially as we get older. So I'm gonna go back to doing that, and I'm gonna buy a membership here. That's the plan. So once I get that membership and the gym's close, I'll just make it a habit, right? And just go every second day. 3 to 4 times a week. I'm thinking, right? It will be enough, and then plus my other biking that I do here. So, but I want to get into a gym. I really do. I need the weights and I need and just the gym itself will give you structure, I think, because now you've paid for it and you have all of that equipment there. So I know when I went to the gym in Merida, there was days like, oh, I really don't want to go, but I went anyway because it was there, right? And I wanted to better myself. I wanted to be a better person. So I just bucked it up and I went. And every time I did, on the days that I didn't want to go, I was glad that I went. Like I felt so much better. And I was like, yeah, this is great. I'm glad I went. And after I did my jog and workout, I wasn't like, oh, that sucked. I wish I would have never went. Never had that feeling once. Before I went, I was like, yeah, I don't want to go. But after I went, every single time, glad I went, man. I feel great. Sleep better, everything, just feel all around better. Working out, walking, jogging, whatever, hitting the gym. So definitely going to get back into that. I didn't move to Mexico to have happy hour every day, sit around and drink by the pool and, be a lush. So that's all great for people that are on holiday mode, but I actually live here and I want to be around for a while. I used to say, I want to be around for Jen and little Cece, and God rest his soul. I don't have little Cece anymore, but I want to be around for Jen. So I want to keep my wits about, because she already told me I'm going into a home when she can't look after me. So I better start looking after myself. I don't want to be sent to a home. So I gotta keep my strength up so I'm not sent to a home. So, and like I've always said before, right now, I'm trying to repair 58 years of bad decisions right now. So I'm still on that journey, repairing 58 years of bad decisions. So I'm on that journey to have a better me. So, and I know I can do it because I've done it before. So I'll just keep up with it. It's almost inevitable that you're going to be healthier moving to Mexico unless you're, whatever. But you're going to get more sunlight. You're going to get more exercise. You're going to walk more. You're going to be outside more, especially coming from Canada, right? Like Northern Canada. You're going to be outside more. It's just inevitable. You're going to get more exercise. By default, you'll get more just by default, just by being here. You're going to eat healthier because the food's healthier, I believe, and you're going to get way more sunshine. So you're going to be getting that vitamin D. Every day you're going to be outside, right? Whether you're just lounging around on the beach, and you'll be walking more. So, and I've heard that from so many people that, I moved here, I didn't do anything, and I lost weight. I just lived my life, right? So it's really easy to have a healthy lifestyle here because every day is a nice sunny summer day, right? So, we don't have 6-7 months of winter and It's yeah, every day is pretty much. I mean, we get clouds, but it's still we're in the tropics, right, in the Caribbean here. So every day is a nice day. Even when it's raining, it's a tropical rain. So nothing holds you back. So we'll get back into that. Jennifer and I went out today. We went and we said we wanted to support the lady that allows us to have the church service there. So we started going. We're going to start going there. We went there today or yesterday. That was yesterday. We went there. Sorry, yesterday we went there for breakfast. Today we had aqua aerobics. So we're still going to continue with the aqua aerobics, but that's not really enough. Like that's okay for stretching and movement. It's only 30 minutes too, so it's not very long. Like I feel like I need a lot more. And Jennifer too, like she said that maybe after all the snowbirds leave, maybe she's going to ask Lynn, the instructor, maybe we could bump the class up a little bit, maybe a little bit longer or a little bit more intense, instead of just 30 minutes, maybe make it 40 minutes, or make it a little bit more intense of a workout other than just, it's good though. I mean, we enjoy it. So, and like I said, it's good for moving around, it's still good. So, and we're going to definitely continue on with that. So, yeah, exactly. Every time I step outside, I get healthier too. Welcome, Keith and Roger. So there really hasn't been a lot of chat, so I haven't really been putting the messages up there. So we'll start off with Roger here. He was saying true about the vitamins and just being healthy, right? As we get older, and as we get older, it's harder, to stay healthier, right? It's definitely harder. It's like we don't heal as fast either, right? Like when I blew my knee jogging in Merida, I went from jogging on the treadmill for months and months and months. Well, yeah, months and months. Yeah, we were there for 6 months before we moved. So, but anyway, I was jogging on the treadmill for months and months and months, and I was like, well, I'm getting tired of just staring out at the pool all the time. It was nice and AC, looking at the pool, jogging. I'm gonna start running on the street, right? So, and I blew my knee after about a month of jogging on the street. Yeah, probably about a month. And yeah, my knee was down and out, man, for like 2 months. Took 2 months to heal. I thought I was going to have to go to the doctor. I really did. But anyway, that's why I went from jogging on treadmill, which has a lot of give, then now to concrete. And jogging is, it's hard on your body. So on the treadmill is a lot better. And I love jogging. I used to jog a lot when I was younger before I started smoking and when I was in grade school and junior high, I used to jog long distance. I used to like jogging long distance. So, yeah, it's just standing up, you're burning calories, right? Never mind walking, just standing up. I sit all the time and we go out and people are like, "Oh, you want to sit down?" I'm like, "I like standing because I'm sitting all the time. I'll just stand." We go to the beach and we have two chairs and they're pretty low, like they're beach chairs, right? So I just prefer standing or going for a walk. I sit lots at home already, so if I'm out on the beach, a lot of times I'll just stand. I mean, sometimes I'll sit, but not very often. I prefer to stand, just burn calories, standing, walk. I love walking the beach, walk down the beach, so I really enjoy that. So yeah, tell me about your stories. What do you got to say? Like I know Roger's been trying to do the health thing here. He's been jogging or not jogging, but walking, doing a lot of walking in Coatepec, Veracruz there. If you live somewhere where there's hills, I mean, that's great. You don't even have to jog, just go walking in the hills, You'll drop the calories and build up strength and muscle mass in your legs. So not so much in your arms and chest or anything, but so yeah. I got a cousin who's he's in the hospital right now. He just realized he's got he had bone cancer. Terrible. He just found out he had bone cancer, and he's a healthy guy. Like he was in the Navy his whole life. He wasn't a smoker, drinker. I mean, he drank. He's an Army guy. All Army guys drink. All you Army guys drink. But yeah, he's led a pretty straight life, and here he had bone cancer, and he's going through chemo right now. It's terrible. He's my age. He's my age. Like that scares me, man. He's recovering though. He's strong. We pray for him. I prayed for him tonight at supper time, and prayed for a lot of people. I didn't pray for Roger yet. I got to start throwing some prayers out there for Roger. See, Roger needs some prayers too. Yeah, that's definitely walking is definitely better for your knees than jogging. Jogging is years ago. I used to date this girl who worked in she was wasn't an RN, like she wasn't a registered nurse, but she worked in a hospital. And every time we would see somebody jogging, she'd be like, "Ah, he's gonna die of a heart attack." That was her thing. She'd always say that whenever she saw somebody jogging. I was like, okay, you got to stop saying that. You're putting bad jube on these people here. Yeah. No, but yeah, jogging's definitely hard on your body on hard pavement. I don't think so much on the treadmill, you know, but I don't know. I'm not an expert. Not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I do know that we need exercise and we need to eat properly and we need good sleep. And Roger actually brought up a very important thing on his channel about relationships. We need good relationships with people because that all ties into your mental health. You don't hear many people talk about that, having positive relationships, not toxic relationships, but positive relationships, and being around people that are positive and people that they're doing the same thing that you want to do. Like, like people that are trying to live a healthy lifestyle and, because that's the kind of people I want to be around. I want to be around people who are doing the same thing as me, are on that they have that same mindset pushing 60. So pushing 60, I want to have that mindset that I want to better my life both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And the emotional part comes from relationships. So kudos to Roger for bringing that up, because you don't hear too many people talking about that. Everybody talks about fitness, health, food, diet, sun, all that, vitamins, and that, but you don't hear too many people bring up relationships. So he probably got that from AI, though. I gotta tease him, but yeah, we need all those things in our lives, right? So, and I think as I know for me anyway, as I get older, I want to be healthy enough to bend down and put on my shoes and be able to climb that hill, get down off of the ladder, get down off of those stairs, whatever it may be. I want to have the strength, get in and out of a boat, whatever it may be. I want to have the strength for it right up until I'm in my 70s, right? Like my friend Larry there in Oaxaca, he's just turned 80. And God, he doesn't look a day over 60. He's been biking his whole life, and he's in amazing shape for his age. Amazing shape, and he bikes for miles and miles and miles. He's 80 years old. He might be on an e-bike, sure, but he's still going for hours and hours and hours. And he's in great shape, man, and that's why, because he's led a healthy lifestyle. 80 years old, still out there pumping it with the kids. Kicking it with the kids, going 80 kilometers back up into the mountains in Oaxaca, and I want to be that guy that's healthy right up into my old age. I don't want to be that guy that's all gibbled up. You can't even bend down and put your shoes on or tie your shoes up because you're too out of shape. I was getting that way before I moved to Mexico when I was smoking and that. I was getting winded so easily, and I was still in my 50s, for God's sakes, So the best thing I could have done was quit smoking cigarettes. I'll tell you, that was a game changer right there. So, Oh, hey, bro. Looks like my brother's on. I'll go through the messages here quickly. So, yeah, Roger needs all the prayers. God gives so many examples. Dogs, animals all need love. We are social. We are social, need people in our life. Yeah, exactly. We are. Absolutely. We need people in our lives, and we need interaction with people and animals, and just getting out in nature. I find my mental health improves greatly. Like when I was up north in Canada and I would go trapping on those winter months with Trapper Bob, my brother-in-law, like just my mental and my whole life, and that's everybody can contest that. You go out in nature, you feel so much better, and it's so true. It is. It really is. Just get out of the house and go out into nature, out of the city. That's why I love living in the country and living in small towns. I really do. I do like the amenities that a city offers, but I really like a small town vibe. I just really do. So we really love it here. We really do. Right on. Yeah. Get at her, bro. Hit the gym, man. Yeah, like I say, I don't want to be that guy that's 70 years old, can't even put my shoes on. I'm so out of shape. And if I would have continued the path I was going prior to COVID hitting, I'd be that guy. If I continued on that same journey, I'd be that guy right now. I'd be so winded and out of shape. So, and I think, and I've talked about this right from day one of our Mexican journey here on YouTube about living a healthy lifestyle, and this has been a topic that I've talked about from day one since I've started this YouTube journey, is living healthy. I mean, obviously, you know, I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but, but we all fall off the wagon, and you just get back up and do the best you can, right? So, but the cigarettes was, like you said, the cigarettes was the biggest thing, and the weed. Like people say, oh, I'm okay when I'm on weed. No, you're not. I smoked weed for years, man. And when I quit for a few times, and you quit for 3 months, and it's like a cloud is lifted, and everything is so much clearer. You're not the same person you think you are, but you're not. You're not the same person when you're on that stuff. It's and you say, oh, it's from God, it's herbal. No, it's not. It used to be, but it's not. You plant it in the ground, throw a seed in the ground and grow it, yeah, that's from God. But when you pump it full of fertilizer and chemicals, yeah, that's now you've just, you filled it with poison. That's why marijuana now is 1,000 times stronger than it used to be. It's all the chemicals they're pumping into it, the fertilizer. That's what's making it so strong. It's, you know, so yeah, it's really a no brainer. So weed is not like it used to be. So yeah, it's just pumped with chemicals from the fertilizer. So if you want to have a natural marijuana, take a seed, grow it yourself. Now you got natural pot that's not filled with chemicals, right? And you're just going to get a mild, stone, right? Like it used to be. Now it's like you take one drag off a marijuana joint and you're messed right up, because it's so strong from the fertilizer, hence chemicals. That's what you're smoking. So you're smoking chemicals. You're not smoking just weed. So anyway, so that was a big thing, man. Yeah, loneliness is a killer for sure. Yeah, I think my dad was lonely. I do. I think my dad was very lonely, even though, my sister stopped there every day. He was living alone, and he missed his wife Margie, my stepmom, and his dog, and I think he was lonely. He was, absolutely. Loneliness will kill you. Yeah, when I lived in Inuvik, that was a big thing. So I lived past the Arctic Circle for a lot of years, where it was, well, over 5 years, where it was 24-hour darkness, and the suicide rate was the highest in the wintertime And a lot of it is because of the 24-hour darkness. So depression, people living alone, loneliness, that was the highest suicide rate was during that period of time when you had 24-hour darkness. And I'm sure a lot of it was due to loneliness, and then, well, being dark all the time as well. But and minus 35 outside Celsius every day for 2-3 months straight. That doesn't help either. But yeah, loneliness definitely a killer for sure. Absolutely, yeah. Everything, it's all related to your health, man. Everything's related to your health for sure. Absolutely, 1000%. And your relationships that you have are definitely related to your health as well. So, yeah, that's encourage each other to live healthy, man, and be on a healthy journey, right? And this is water. It's not. It's not beer. It's not vodka. It's not tequila. It's water. I got water in here. So I don't drink enough of it, but I'm trying. I'm trying. So I've never been a drinker my whole life. My drug was weed and cigarettes. I was never a drinker. Never. Had the odd drink once in a while, but I'm not a drinker. I like a cold beer once in a while. I probably drink more now than I ever did. Well, I do for sure because I like a cold beer once in a while. It's so hot here, so cold beer it's nice, right? To have a nice cold beer. I definitely drink more now than I ever did, and plus I'm semi-retired, I guess you could say. I am working part time now. I got an editing job from my dear friend Nathan. So God bless Nathan for giving me the opportunity to edit some videos for him and pays me a little bit of money. So every little bit helps, right? So I do spend a bit of time doing that. Like I was doing some videos of his today. I'm not doing it every day because I don't have enough to keep me busy every day, but it keeps me busy enough though. That's a little bit of mad money, so something. So I got some videos pumped out for him today. I got one more to finish up here today. He sent me a voiceover. So I got to attach a voiceover. He's got a nice drone, so he's doing some drone videos with voiceover. Loves loud cars. You can check him out. It's exactly the way his channel, the way it is. Loves loud cars, all one word. He's got some pretty cool videos. We've talked about Nathan before. The video I'm working on right now is actually Ekblam, the Mayan ruins in the Yucatan. We went there. I kind of fell behind on his videos when he was here, so I need to get going on those now. So that's from a few months ago. So these are going to be a little bit of an older video, but we'll get them out there anyway. And it's not going to be too terribly long. We went to Ekblam for the day. And then we went to the cenote, and we went to Valladolid, and another little town, the same town that Ekblam is just Ekblam is just a little ways out of town. They say it's in the town, but it's not. It's a few kilometers out of town or whatever. But so yeah, I'm gonna pump those videos out. Those will be the next videos, all with Nathan and his son. They came here from Canada, so we'll get those pumped out. And we never been to those ruins before, and you can actually climb those ruins. Those are actually ruins that you can climb, so that's kind of cool. Looking forward to that. So I'm gonna get some stickers made. So we kind of changed it up now. I'm just gonna show you. I made this. I got it up here. I kind of forgot about it. So I made this here. It's gonna be our new sticker. It's got our QR code on it. So I want to do that for our channel instead of just having the two gringos on the golf. So I put the QR code on there. So YouTube has a QR code automatically. Basically, just save the QR code right from YouTube and put it on the sticker, get these made up. So I think it's a good idea. So we're going to go with this logo for our stickers, I think. I made these in Canva. I don't know. I made them a while ago, but I was kind of playing around with it. And I always wanted to have a round sticker. I didn't have any round ones. I was using square ones, so we're going to go with these. So if you like this sticker, give me a thumbs up on the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. We'd truly appreciate the thumbs up, man. Help a brother out. So yeah, we got these, and I'm gonna get some business cards made up for our little trike here. Actually, I could drop that up there and show you that. Let me see if I can find it here. Give me there it is right there. So we made these little these as well. So this is going to be our business card for without the StreamYard up there. That won't be there. So that's our business card for our little trike business that we're going to get going. So we're, like I say, we got one already. It's rented out for a month. They love it. This one here, and they're probably going to keep it longer, they said. And I got another guy that wants it for 2 months as well. So we're going to go ahead and buy another one, I think, before they raise the prices on them. I think having 2 of them is a small investment. And like I said, we've been looking to invest our money in something. So I think this will be a good investment for Jennifer and I. Run this little side business, rent these 2 out. Nobody's renting these out in town right now. Not yet anyway. So, and I think we're in a good area for it. We're a little ways out of town. Well, on the edge of town, not out of town, on the edge of town. So it's a little bit of a walk. And this is more for people who don't want to rent a bike or can't ride a bike, or, they can't ride. They don't want to ride a motorbike. It's a trike, 3 wheels, stable. It doesn't go really fast. And you don't need no license here for these. It's just like a bicycle. They go slow. They don't go very fast, right? So they're classified as a bike. So, and this is small enough. You can ride this on the sidewalk legally too, because it's small enough. So, and it doesn't go fast enough. You do have to wear a helmet, but there's no insurance, registration, or nothing on it. So we're going to get these rented out. I'm going to pick up another one here on Saturday. So we'll have 2 of them. So yeah, they say we're staying here. We're staying in this area. So this is the plan. Stay here for a while. So when the landlord come over today, she was yesterday. Our internet was really shitty. Like I was uploading a video and it said 2 hours or something. I was like, what the heck? So I rebooted the modem and it got better, but I wasn't not getting a very good speed. So she come over and they were playing around with the internet, and I told her that we're likely going to sign another year lease here because we love it here so much. So I just wanted to give her a heads up that when, because we've been here, going on 6 months already. So, time's flying by. So I just want to give her a heads up that we're likely, she'll have us. We'll likely stay another year. And she seemed pretty happy about that. So I think when our year's up, we'll be signing another lease here. So the house is the biggest thing, right? We talked about that a little bit ago, but that's all part of your happiness, right? Is your home. Are you happy in your home, right? So having a home that you're happy in is definitely great for my mental health. And we love this home. We do. It just has everything that we could ever want. And we love the community. We love the Aquasize people here in the community in this Selva where we live are super nice, friendly. All the gate guys are nice. Just people in the town are nice. Yeah, we just love it here. I can't rave enough about how much we like it here. So, and the home is a big part of it because this is where we spend the majority of our time, right? Is in this house. So you got to be happy in your home, and we are definitely happy here. I know Jennifer is just as happy as I am. So yeah, we'll be sticking around here for a while, man. Reminds me of that episode of Seinfeld. So I can relate everything to Seinfeld. Remember that episode where the Costanzas are moving into the Del Boca Vista with the Seinfeld, and I'm coming there, lock, stock, and barrel to Del Boca Vista. George's parents. Oh man, yeah, that's Jennifer and I. We're staying. So sorry. Yeah, lock, stock, and barrel. We're moving in Del Boca Vista. You can't kick us out. I'll be in the pool. I'll be in the clubhouse. I'll be at the shuffleboard. I don't play shuffleboard. The pick and ball. I'll be at the pick and ball court. I won't be there either, but that's awesome. It's really made me think of that one. Too funny. So yeah, we're getting settled anyway, man. That's it. And getting settled. We like it here. We got to make another trip to Cozumel again. So this will be our third time back to Cozumel since we've been here. My friend says, my friend Mandy, who's in the, well, our realtor friend anyway, Mandy, she says, you guys really like Cozumel, eh? I'm like, well, yeah, we do really like Cozumel, but we know a lot of cruise ship people and they want to meet us in Cozumel. So back we go. It's freaking not cheap to go there either. The ferry's expensive. Just going on the ferry is not cheap. So until we get our residency straightened out, so well, until we get proper identification, we're gonna do the driver's license thing here. So hopefully we can get that done before we go meet them in February. February the 27th, we'll be back in, I believe. Let me look at my calendar here. Oh, we didn't even put it in the calendar. I'm pretty sure it's the 27th. Should be in the calendar, but it's not. So I believe it's the 27th. I'm pretty sure it is Friday. Sounds right. It's the end of February anyway. So back to Cozumel we go. Fun times, fun times. Yeah, genetic changed weed. Yeah, for sure. Genetic change weed. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, man. Looks awesome. Yeah, can't wait to get this other trike and bomb around in it a little bit. Promote that one. I got a bag coming for the other one, so I got a grocery bag. There's not a lot of storage on it. It's got a little tiny trunk, and then it's got a little. It's got a basket in the front. So you got a basket in the front. You got a little trunk in the back that locks, which is cool. And then it's got a little holder. There's not even a cup holder in it. So I already got the side bag for it, so it straps onto your armrest. I got that for them already. So the people that have rented it now, I brought that to them a few days ago. Got that from Amazon. So when the other one comes, I'll get that, another one, and then plus a grocery bag. So it's actually an insulated bag that you strap on the back. It's for a mobility cart, so it's actually designed just perfectly for this little trike. You can strap it onto the back. I think it's 20 liters or something. It's an insulated bag for hauling groceries. So it'll be perfect to do little grocery runs, which is exactly what you want it for anyway. You know, so and give people a little bit more freedom too, right? So a little bit more money than hopping on a bus. Over time it'll be cheaper than a cab. A little bit more money than a bus, but you have the freedom to come and go as you please. Versus waiting for a taxi or waiting for the bus or all that jazz, right? So it'll just give the tourists, the snowbirds here, a little bit more freedom. So I think it'll be good. And I don't want a whole bunch of them, right? I'm just going to have two. That's it. I don't want to take away from anybody's business or nothing. We'll have two of those, and eventually we'll get a couple scooters, and yeah, that'll be it. Have maybe two sets of scooters, so four scooters, and two of those trikes, so you can rent it out to four sets of couples, basically, for four sets of couples. Have transportation for four couples. So that's kind of our goal to get that set up. So, and I think it'll be quite doable, to be honest with you. So looks promising so far. Anyway, we just got here, right? I posted it once, and I had people messaging me right away about is it available? When can I get it? So I think it'll be good. I think she will be good. So yeah, the live stream's winding down to an end here. We got a couple minutes left. You guys want to throw anything else out there? Keith, thanks for hopping on. Truly appreciate it, man. Like I say, this thing's going to be available Sunday if anybody wants to rent it here in Puerto Morelos. Roger, thanks for hopping on. You got to come visit sometime, Roger. Hop on the bus and get your butt over here, man. Take the wife for a holiday. Come to Puerto Morelos. Your bedroom's right here. There's even a place right there for the kid. Right there, top bunk. You can sleep three people in here. Got a double bed in the bottom, top bunk. So you can you're more than welcome to come visit. And bro, hopefully you guys come soon again. It'd be great to see you. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Truly, truly do. There is no cruise ship here. The ship doesn't dock here. It docks in Cozumel or Mahuel. Yeah, it doesn't dock here. Nowhere here. It doesn't dock in Cancun. Doesn't dock in Playa del Carmen. Doesn't dock here. It docks in Cozumel or Mahuel. So Mahuel is a few hours away. We were there. I got videos of it. We stayed just outside of Mahuel for a while. So that Mahuel doesn't really interest me. It's the whole town is built for the cruise ships. It's expensive there. Everything's in American dollars. It's pricey over there. So yeah, no cruise ships here, but there's enough tourists here, right? Like there's enough, and yeah, just kind of want to keep things chill, you know. So I really like the idea of the long-term renters, right? People are going to be here and for the snowbirds that are here for 6 months, and they want to rent it for 2 months. So that's perfect, perfect for us. So yeah, back to Cozumel, and then we're going to visit Liz and Chris this time. Shout out to Liz and Chris, Carnival Cruise Addicts. So you can check out their channel, Carnival Cruise Addicts. If you like cruising, they do a bang up job over there on their channel. A bang up job, man. They're doing really well over there, Carnival Cruise Addicts. So shout out to them. God bless them both. Great people. So we look forward to meeting them finally. Hopefully this time we'll get to meet them and have a cold drink. I will be having a beer or maybe a margarita or something, but I'll be having some type of alcoholic beverage in Cozumel. Maybe even two. Not too many though, because I got to drive when we get back, unless I let Jen drive, or she does a drinking and I drive. Or Jen's pretty funny when she's drinking. She don't drink very often. We're both cheap drunks, so 3 drinks and we're both like in our happy places. That's all it takes for us. 3 drinks and we're already gonzoed. When you're not a drinker. So I'll definitely be having some alcoholic beverages with Liz and Chris, though, for sure. I think we're going to go back to that same beach club, so I'll probably not make a video. Well, I won't be making a video because we'll be back there, but I like to maybe just make a short little vlog while we meet them and stuff like that. Maybe do the cab ride thing and, picking them up at the ferry at the port there where they get dropped off. So we're going to meet them at where they get dropped off. It is a different terminal than where we were the other day with our other friends. So it's not the same place. That Lagosta or whatever it's called, I believe. So it's not there. It's somewhere else. So, but I believe we're going to go back out to Paradise Beach Club. So I think we're going to go out there. So the weather was not that great when Jennifer and I were there. So we'll go back out there with them. And this time we'll pay for it because they paid for it last time and didn't even go spend all that money, and they didn't even get to enjoy it. But we did our best to eat and drink for them as well. But I don't know. I'm sure we ate for 4 people, but I don't think we drank for 4. But we definitely pigged out for sure. We were eating tacos before we left after having 2 meals. So we had a starter when we got there. I think we shared quite a bit though. We didn't have, and they were small portions, but it was all you could eat anyway, right? So I think we had a starter and then we had a meal and then we left. We were like, let's grab a taco before we go from the taco truck. So we did. We grabbed a taco before we left just so we'd have our bellies full for the walk back to the ferry terminal because we got dropped off a ways away and then we walked around. So for quite a bit actually. And then we walked probably a mile or 2 at least back to the ferry, a couple miles, I would say, pretty close anyway. So we did a lot of walking. So we walked off our tacos that we had before we left the beach club. So it was a lot of fun, even though the weather wasn't all that great, but we sure enjoyed ourselves anyway. So I look forward to that. And then, yeah, and other than that, I think, well, we're going to do head out north here. So out to the peninsula sometime. I think we'll probably take our friends Chuck and Courtney. So shout out to Chuck and Courtney. Shout out to them. Mexico City. All right. Mr. Tortuga. That Mr. Turtle. Welcome, my friend. You hopped on right as we're ending the live stream. That's okay. You can go back and check out the replay. I love your little avatar there. Looks like Oscar the Grouch kind of, but I see it is a turtle head. Mr. Tortuga. That's awesome. Here we'll pop Mr. Tortuga up there. It actually looks more like a frog. Oscar the Grouch. It looks more like a frog. From the little one on my little screen, it looks like Oscar the Grouch, but now that it's up there a little bit bigger, it looks like a frog. So that's awesome. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you hopping on, man. I really do. So I think we're going to dump this live stream, my friends. Thanks for hopping on. God bless everybody out there. Peace on earth. Adios. Hasta luego. And remember, as always, be kind to one another. That goes double for you, Roger. Double for Roger. Thanks, guys and girls. I truly appreciate it, man. And I'm going to drop Roger's YouTube channel if you want to check it out in the description here in about 10 minutes. So give me a minute. It'll be in the description if you want to go have a look. So God bless. Again, adios. Hasta luego. Peace. See you on Sunday. Same time, same place. Well, I might be out in the kitchen next time. I don't know. I'm getting a better connection out there. So ciao for now.